Hey, so I'm kind of digging how these are becoming like a weekly thing. But, ladies and gentlemen, I hope everybody is enjoying the free copy of Assassin's Creed 2. If you did not get it, I think today was your last day to get it, so sucks for you. It is kind of buggy and it's on the PC, so you're not really missing much. I'm assuming most of you have already played Assassin's Creed 2. But I finally have some news that seems fairly realistic and like it's actually a possibility and not just a theory as of right now. I'm going to start with the fan theory that some people have and then go into the actual news that isn't really confirmed, but it's a lot of industry insider stuff, so it's sort of confirmed. So yeah. Basically, an article came out the other day talking about how this new game could be the last time we see Layla in the modern day story, and I know some fans are probably happy to hear this because she hasn't really been as good at, or as dimensional as Desmond was as a character. I'm kind of sad to see her go. I did kind of like her character, and while I know this is just a theory, I could see it actually having some truth, but in a different fashion than the article discusses. The article mentions how her path has been this mixture of some pretty dark themes and times, so this game will probably be the last time we see her, and I agree with this to a point, but I don't think it's going to be the last time we see her. I just think it's the last time she will be playable in a Assassin's Creed or Ubisoft game, because Ubisoft seems to be pushing her more and more towards like a villain role. So this is where my theory kind of comes in, and hear me out on this one. When we first met her in Origins, she was kind of this naive young girl trying to prove herself to Abstergo, and when we last left her, she had just killed her best friend and was slowly being corrupted by the staff that she possessed. So now she has all this mythical power thanks to this staff and is basically immortal, and we've seen how Isu artifacts corrupt those not capable of wielding them, and this is why I think she may become the villain of the main modern day storyline. With all this power she's gained and the corruption which we've seen with our own eyes, I think it would only make sense for her to slowly become more and more corrupt until eventually she's working with, say, a Juno, or maybe on her own in order to enslave humanity. I know this is kind of a big leap considering her character arc, but we have seen the Pieces of Eden or Isu technology control people who can't take it, regardless of their own will. And what I'm pointing out here is when Desmond kills, I think her name's Lucy. Pretty sure it's Lucy, been playing AC2. So if Desmond couldn't even resist the power that these artifacts hold, I don't think Layla can either. That's why I see her more as a villain and see her becoming more and more corrupt until either she gets killed or she takes over the world, or at least tries to. So that's just like my fan theory for what people are saying, where they think it's going to be her last game. Maybe it will be, maybe she will die, but now on to the actual confirmed news with some quotations around the confirmed, because Ubisoft didn't confirm it, so obviously it's not confirmed. Part of another article goes on to mention how the game will probably be announced soon and possibly next month. I think this is totally logical. I think most people expected it to be next month or in June, to be honest with you. But the article goes on to talk about how they're pretty sure it'll be at the PlayStation event, but they're just coming up with their own idea for this. This is not from the industry insider that they're quoting. The industry insider that we're quoting, or they're quoting, just says that the information for the new game will be soon. That's it. So they're theorizing that because the PS5 is going to have an announcement soon, that is the conference that we will see it. But I don't agree with this. I think Ubisoft will probably have their own conference where they announce stuff, because at E3, I don't know the last time an Assassin's Creed game was shown off, like announced at a actual console conference. It's always been like Ubisoft showing off their own thing, and then even then we've gotten trailers before then. or we haven't, and that was the first time we've seen it. So I think it's way more likely that Ubisoft will have their own event and talk about their own games, like Beyond Good and Evil, Assassin's Creed. My assumption is, I think there's a, why can't I think of it? There's one other big Ubisoft game that isn't coming to my mind, but yeah, because I think there's 3 titles in total that they've talked about releasing this year, and only one of them doesn't have like a name yet, and everybody knows that it's the new Assassin's Creed game. So I do think, though, that if Ubisoft doesn't do it in their own conference, it will be at Xbox's conference. And the only reason I say that is because the new Xbox spec-wise list, we haven't seen performance, so we don't actually know, but spec-wise kind of kills the PlayStation 5. I mean, not really, they're pretty close, but the Xbox does have more graphical capability. Like I said, that's just based off of specs. I don't think we have any performance maps or anything to show, and developers have talked about how that the way that the new SSD works in the PS5 is totally crazy, so that will lead to them being able to do more. So we'll just have to see. I'm not saying this new Xbox is better than the new PlayStation or anything like that. I'm just saying I do think, based solely off of specs, if Ubisoft was not going to announce an Assassin's Creed at their own event, which I think that's what it will be, it would have to be an Xbox event, because we know that this is going to be their first Assassin's Creed game coming out on next gen, and it's one of the first next gen games, so why would they not show it off on, spec-wise, the best next gen console so far? The reason I say this is because Ubisoft had kind of a rough year last year with the release of Breakpoint. That did not sell anywhere near what they thought it was going to sell. It did not perform anywhere near what they thought it was going to perform, and overall they just did not have a good year because of that, because they were relying so heavily on those sales. So I think that if Ubisoft was not going to show it at their own conference, they would show it at something where they could put their best foot forward for the viewer, which spec-wise so far looks like the Xbox. So I would expect next month to either see a teaser on Ubi's channel, and then some sort of announcement in a conference, whether it's an Xbox conference or a Ubisoft conference, or we're just straight up only going to find out about it at a Ubisoft conference. There will not be a teaser. Nobody will know anything. Yes, this game is going to be announced soon. We are going to hear about the new Assassin's Creed game at some point within the next month. Almost guaranteed, based off of what people in the industry are saying. So regardless if that's on Xbox, PS5, or their own conference, we are going to see stuff about this game, according to people within the industry. Of course, you never really know with any leak or information until Ubisoft says it. It's not a real thing. So maybe this is totally wrong, but this guy has a pretty good track record with leaking things. It's not the guy from Kotaku, Jason Schreier, but it's a guy like that. I don't remember his name off the top of my head. If you read the article, which both articles will be linked down below, you can see his whole thread with this person on Twitter. I guess he's well known in the industry for leaking things properly. So while it isn't Jason Schreier or whatever his name is, it is a well-known, reputable guy, and he's saying we can expect things soon, which everybody's assuming is next month, the end of this month. Soon. Soon means soon. It doesn't mean 2-3 months from now. It means, like, you're going to see it soon. So as the hype builds up more, I'm going to try and make more videos on news that comes out. I hope you guys enjoyed this. And you will hit the like button down below. If not, that's fine. Do whatever you want. I don't care. It's up to you. You live your own life. If you want to see more, feel free to subscribe to the channel. I post a lot of updates like this. And I also post Battlefield content and Call of Duty content and other things like that. So, like I said, if you liked, please hit the like button. Wow, I'm an idiot, down below. And subscribe for more. Peace.